So today we're going to be going over what it actually means for a game to be um pay to win, because there seems to be a lot of common misconceptions. Um the biggest thing I see is people like to say that because you can, or not necessarily like to say, but don't understand that just because you can get something you can buy by grinding, that doesn't take the pay to win aspect away. The whole point of something being paid to win is you can skip the grind by paying. Okay. And that's what I was going over whenever I did my video on Shindo Life. Because and I had someone comment and I had someone say that, you still get most of the things without paying money, and there's codes now and all that. First of all, the codes didn't come out until around the game's death, so you still had to buy those game passes and stuff. And the biggest aspect of that is you pretty much, if you wanted to get anywhere in that game, you had to search up a shit ton of codes, and the codes only last a month. So it goes without saying that it gives you just enough in codes and stuff for you to want to buy more. So essentially what a pay to win game is, or what pay to win means, is that you can skip the grind by paying, right? And there's levels to it, right? Like, for example, a game like, what's it called? A game like The Strongest Battlegrounds isn't really pay to win. You can pay to get like unlockable characters, emotes and stuff, private server, whatever, but it doesn't really skip any of the grind. It doesn't really pay to win, it's more like the more time you spend playing that game, the better you're gonna get at it and stuff like that. Whereas a game like Final Stand is at the medium level, right? Like, yeah, there's game passes, but you can't really skip any of the main grind with the game passes. And the ones that are used for grinding don't give you an insane buff. Like, for example, the times 2 XP is just, well, it isn't even times 2 XP, it's just a 0.25% XP boost if you're playing solo, and most people in that game are going to be playing solo. And then you have something like Blocks Fruits, where Blocks Fruits is pay to win, pretty much, because you still have to grind the fruits whenever you buy them, but you can buy any fruit with Robux. And that's what makes it pay to win. And all you have to do after that is master them. And that's what makes that game pay to win. Because you can pretty much skip any of the grind with Robux. You know what I mean? Like looking for blocks, fruits, all that, whatever. So, and then there's a level above that, which is actually this game that I'm not sure about this game that I'm playing. This is my first time playing it. But most clicker games, right? Yeah, shop. See this? So this right here is completely pay to win. As you can see here, you have fast spin, automatic punch. So pretty much all this shit right here, what it's gonna do is it's going to make it to where you can just skip the grind, right? And yeah, as you can see here, 2 times any, spawn all raids, this is pay to win. Automatic punch, you know what I mean? Like, you can just set your computer up to do the automatic punch, and you can just walk away and it'll do the grind for you. So this right here is pay to win. This is probably like the top tier pay to win in a game. And that goes for most clicker games, because this is just a clicker game. Basically, what I'm trying to get at in this video is, just because you can get something with grinding in a game that doesn't mean it's not pay to win. If you can pay for something you have to grind for, it is pay to win. Now, we can talk about other games too, like a game that sees a lot of income, like for example, Fortnite. You can buy a lot of stuff in that game, but none of that stuff is pay to win, right? It makes no change to the gameplay, whether it's all just cosmetic, right? There's not really a change to the gameplay whatsoever for anything you buy. And then we can shift it a little bit and look at some of the recent Call of Duty games, for example. And you know, some of those packs that you buy in there, from what I hear, give you like special effects on your gun, which would give you an advantage. So that's pay to win. And it may not be like obvious pay to win, but anything that gives you a slight edge over the opponent, especially if you're already good at the game, is gonna be pay to win. And a lot of times in Call of Duty, when they release stuff like that, you can't just grind it. And that goes for Fortnite too. Like, it's not pay to win, but the stuff that you can get in that game, you can be a default forever. They release skins that you have to grind for occasionally, or you know, offers for V-Bucks occasionally. And typically that stuff, you're pretty much gonna get nowhere without spending money, right? And then a perfect example of something that's paid to win would be games like Destiny. Yeah, pretty much Destiny, because you have to buy every new fucking DLC that comes out. And they're like $50, and they give you new weapons and new content too, but mainly like if you don't buy it, you're not going to be competitive because they release new weapons that are typically better than the last set of weapons. And if you don't buy it, you're just not going to be competitive because you cannot have access to those weapons and that gear unless you buy the Game Pass. Which, keep in mind, every Game Pass that they release is like $80. It's fucking insane. So, yeah, pretty much, pay to win is a game where you can skip or get an advantage over your other players by paying real money. Now, and then not paying to win is a game like Fortnite or the Strongest Battlegrounds, where you can still buy stuff, but it gives you no advantage whatsoever to buy the stuff, or whenever you do buy the stuff, it gives you no advantage. So I figured I had to kind of make this video and explain exactly what pay to win is, because there's a lot of common misconceptions. Basically, the moral of this is, just because you can grind and get it naturally, that doesn't mean that it's not pay to win. That is a common misconception, because if you can just buy the thing that you just spent hours grinding for, like, let's say you spend hours grinding for something and, you know, your friend just is like, fuck that, I'm just gonna buy it. That completely defeats the purpose of grinding for it, you know? But yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you had, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And leave any comments and anything else you'd like me to cover, or any game you want me to review, you know. Yeah, guys, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one.